Okay. Okay, this is take 3 of me trying to record this video and push it out for once because it's been difficult for me to record this video. Not that it's a hard topic, it's just it's been bad timing for me to record this. Um like the title implies, this video is going to be about me and my experiences with suicide and suicidal thought. Um,
Want smoke in here?
sorry. Um, okay, yeah. Um, I have to say, first off, again, um, I said this in the last try I tried to record this. Um, Thank you to anyone who actually sticks around, watches my videos, supports me, especially since I take long times in between posts. These aren't short times. These are long times. I can admit that. Um, I'm not going to start out with myself. I'm going to start out with some a small experience or two. Um, I grew up around suicide a lot, in in the sense that it was kind of almost normalized for me. I grew up with friends feeling like they were going to do something about themselves in that way. And I mean, like, it kind of just made me realize, is it a normal thing? And so I thought, it's just a normal thing, isn't it? Not something I understand, but normal. And I, I never really should have realized that it was kind of normal because, I mean, it's obviously not. It's not normal. I forgot to say, if you yourself are struggling with these things, please make sure to check in with someone, family, friends. If you do it, therapy. Um, I promise you, it helps out more than you think. Um, if you feel like you might spiral at night, ask to call a friend. Ask to sleep on the phone with a friend. It really helps you more than you think it will. Having someone there, it helps. If you feel like things are getting worse, call or text 988. Um, Later at night, you might get more of a wait, but I promise you it's worth it. They help, and they offer you full support. Um, my headphone, my headphones just died, so expect a shift in quality. Um, anyway, back to what I was saying. Like I said, I grew up with suicide. My friends, I never had a friend who ended their life, but I had friends who planned to, um, that they tried to, and I mean, I don't know. I guess I just kind of desensitized myself to it. It made it seem like it was a normal, natural thing to want to do that. So it's like, um, really, uh, just don't think too much about it. I guess that's what I thought. Um, yeah, I guess that's where I kind of stood with it. Now, it was a really short section. That's yeah, what I kind of expected. Um, for me, now I want I do say I I grew up with suicidal thoughts since elementary, and
in elementary, it was more like not directly suicide, just more suicide based. Like if what if I was just gone? What if I disappeared off the face of this earth? What if I was never here to bother anyone? And it hurts me to think like, oh my god, I was a kid saying that to myself. It hurt me. So yeah, now that I think of it, um, hmm. So I like I said, thoughts since elementary. My middle school year, I guess they evolved a little more into just okay, what if I did do that to myself? And I was like, oh, it was more of a one-off thought at these times. Like, so something that sat in the back of my mind, and I never paid it too much mind because, well, it's me to say, and it's insensitive to say because, like I said, I grew up desensitized to it. There has to be something good around here. Uh, so I mean, I thought I was like, okay, I wouldn't actually do it though, just because I'm not dumb like that. And um, so I mean, yeah, that was middle school. There wasn't much to add to it, just besides the fact that I thought, like, I started directly thinking, what if I just killed myself? I never imagined it, but I was like, just what if I did that? Um, and in high school, my sophomore year, I, I really, that's where everything took its toll. Um, I guess that's where I started thinking, okay, suicide is a real thing. My freshman year, I was still oblivious to how I thought my entire life, but my sophomore year, I guess I started realizing that suicide is more of a real thought compared to what I thought it had always been. Just a one off thought, never to be touched again. It's so much more than that. I wish I had known that sooner so I could have done something about it. Um, I, I'm lying. If I had known, I couldn't have done anything because my sophomore year I was pushing everyone away. I was spending my days alone, rotting. Um, and so that year I was just like, oh, I want to die, I want to die, I want to die, like crying to myself basically. Uh, and I mean, I kind of got over it, I guess. Um, she Cecilia actually helped me most of my days during those times, but like I said, I literally isolated myself far away from everyone, including her. But those days I had her, I mean, I was happy. But it it was like I never wanted to put that burden on her. So I didn't. I kept pushing. So, um, and this year, I actually started to do better this year. Um, Before I start to talk about how this year is going with my thoughts on this topic, I will say, most of my life, I did grow up feeling incapable. Like, I can't be the person I wanted to be or who my parents wanted me to be. I felt like a disappointment, like a huge mistake who's brought into this world and has no other purpose than just being here. Yes, I do theater. Yes, I try and have fun, but I mean, I don't know. I try to do stuff with my life, but it feels like no matter what I'm doing, um, I guess I'm sitting there feeling like a failure. Every event, every, yeah, just every event, good or bad, has just never filled that like void I have in me. The void I've ignored for so long. I mean, I want to say theater really filled me up, but it didn't. I It was a place where I told myself, okay, people like me, but I knew they didn't. I knew that no matter what, these people were in their own cliques, and realistically, I wasn't a part of one. I just shoved my way into each one of them. So, I mean, I felt incapable of interacting with people in a way that actually made sense, that actually mattered, that I mattered to the other people. So, I mean, there was that. With my parents, like I said, I never felt capable of being the person they wanted me to be. I mean, in school, I never did well. Middle school, elementary, high school. It, I never did good enough. And I feel like one of those stupid kids who go to my school and literally regress because that's how bad my school is. And I want to say I'm smart. I do, but I can't find that. Um, it's like I want to do smart things. I want to do big things, but I'm not good enough for that. I'm slowly been picking up my grades again. I have, but I mean, I still don't feel accomplished like I should in terms of my grades. Okay, I guess that's majority of why I feel like it. I know it seems so bare bones, but it's mostly just the fact that I don't know how to actually explain it. So, um, this year, I I did start doing better this year. Mentally, partially physically. Um, just overall, I felt like my life was getting slightly cleaner. And right by my side, she was here uh, up until 2 days ago. But I'll talk about that by the end of the video. Um, this year, I finally started finding my way again after my terrible sophomore year. It took some time into the second semester to finally be like, okay, I can finally start doing better. And I did. I started doing better. Give me a second. Okay, sorry. Like I said, this year really thought I was doing better. Not that I thought I was doing better. I actually saying that. I'm sorry. Um, I was doing better. Not just for her, but for me. Um, even though my parents didn't know about us, I still wanted to do better for her because that's what she deserved. I still spent my money on her. I still loved her with every ounce of love I had. And I mean, that's fair. So, I mean, it's the end of the year, school year now, and well, I I guess I started. I didn't start anything actually. Um, I was doing good. I will say, but she never looked beyond that. I'm getting off topic. So we broke up again after every kiss we had, after all the hugs we had, after every little moment. And I've got to say, for me, this was one of the best weeks I've had in my life with her. It it was so real, and I know she knew it was too. But I guess I do have to talk about it before getting to my part. We it was real at this point. I we found comfort in each other again. We found love. We found it all again. But she was still scared because, like I mentioned in my other videos, I had been lying to her for the longest, saying, "Hey, I can get better. I can get better," but I couldn't. I really couldn't. At the time, I thought I could. I knew I could, but not at that moment. I was like, in the near future, I'll get better. I'll get better. I'll get better. I'll get better. And by the time I did get better, I mean, it was too late. I found myself too late. She she couldn't trust me, and I can't blame her. In a sense, I'm really proud of her for making that decision because I don't know, this isn't delusional, I would say. But even during that final conversation, she still had feelings for me, even though she said she didn't. I heard it in person. I saw it in her. And to say that if she told me that I'm not lying, I don't have feelings for you anymore, I'd call her a liar. I'd call her the biggest, fattest liar ever. Because what we had that time, it was different from everything else. She tried her hardest to not crack up, I guess, whenever we had that final conversation. Not even a conversation. I just didn't want to lose her because, I mean, I finally found myself again. And I didn't want to get into that desperation like I used to. But I did. I did get into that desperation. It's like, why? I finally found myself and you want to leave again? Why? Have we done this for so long? I was desperate. I mean, I don't blame her for being upset at me. Like I said, found myself too late. She couldn't trust me. I'm proud of her, but I hope sometime in the future she'll look past it all and see the progress I've made. See the fact that I've become a real person. I don't. She realized before that we don't need a relationship. And I want to say, oh, so badly. I want to say, but I do need a relationship. I need her. I need everything about her. But I know that's true. But God, I poured so much energy into her, and I will never regret that. 3 years of my life to that girl, by the way. I'm not gonna regret it ever. I guess she's this is gonna get a bit personal, I guess, but she liked acting cute. Anything she saw cute, she would act like it. Example, cats. She she did a little meow sometimes, and it feels weird to say it. But I mean, it's not in a weird way. It was cute. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed learning that love for her. Being able to comfort her in that way. I really did enjoy it. I mean, I learned it just for her. I got comfortable with it just for her. So, uh, yeah, I did that just for her. I'll never forget her reactions whenever I kept calling her cute things. She was that my my dumb bunny, my sweet dumb girl. I don't mean dumb like intellectually dumb. I meant dumb in the sense that you meet someone, you get this dumb smile. You love someone, you get these dumb feelings, and they're amazing. That's what that's what I loved. That's why I called her dumb, because it was those feelings that can never be replaced, not in a million years. No matter where she goes, no matter if we talk again, which I hope, I can only hope, one day in the future we will. That no matter what, she's always going to be my special girl. And by the time I die, the only thing that'll stay in my heart, that'll be monumentally older than anything else I've ever had in my heart, will be the love I've had for her. And that's the only thing that the little mites and everything are going to feel whenever they eat at me. It's all they're going to feel whenever they eat at my heart. Just the immense love I carried for her. I'm not saying it just to say it. She's not someone I can get over. She never will be. Embarrassed to say, but I still do text her old account just so I could feel like it's her. It's comforting still. Hold on. My bad. I guess I just want you to know what she means to me. After we stopped talking, after we broke up, after all the kisses, the love, she left me for another guy. Like I said, she still had feelings before um, leaving me, and I know she did. It's not something she can deny if we ever talk again. And it's something I will call her out on, just because of the fact that I know she would lie. I know she would lie if she said I didn't have feelings for you when I broke up with you. I really didn't, because she's a terrible liar. I knew every word. I knew the words to make her crack up, to make her cry, to make her care. And she did. She did still. And I'm happy to say that she did. I love that she did. But even then, no matter what I said, it wasn't enough. Um, she still ended up breaking me off. And I knew why. She left me for somebody else. And for me, that is the easy way out. Because she doesn't have to carry the baggage of the breakup. She could put it on him, the relationship, and forget all about it. She started liking me in the span of a week or so. And I mean, I don't want to dictate their relationship, but like it's always been, I don't think she likes him. Likes him. Like a freaking, like how an elementary kid would say. I don't think she likes him. I think she likes the butterflies. That's all she likes. And I mean, I was able to give it to her. I was, but like I said, she couldn't trust me. So we broke up. And that served as the catalyst for me to look deep into myself, look beyond her and my relationship, look beyond myself, look beyond the life I've lived, and ask myself, what has been wrong for me, with me for the longest? And I realized I've been dealing with mental health problems, suicide, since I was a young little kid, elementary. Was it because of my parents? I don't know. Was it because of school? I don't know. Friends? I don't know. And I feel like I need an answer for that. So I typed out, I cried, everything. Um, I I did start planning how I would kill myself if I did. I started planning who I would write letters to, my family, the friends that mattered so much to me. Even if that feeling was reciprocated towards me, the energy I gave a person, because, like I said, I love every single person with my heart, but it was just a thought that weighed on me. I was gonna write the notes, I was gonna end it, and I would leave it for the people I cared the most. And I think the biggest note would have been for her, because of the love I carry. I looked deeper into myself and realized, like I said, this stemmed from elementary, middle school, every bad experience I've ever had that I haven't been able to put down just because I didn't know how to. I had constantly pushed everything away. I distracted myself, told myself, this isn't something I need to worry about. I need to worry about not feeling it. So I did that. I did only that. I isolated myself. I played games. I did literally everything I could to escape reality. And so I kept going with it. And while I want to say I don't, sometimes I wonder if I am still. Yeah, I still play games, but I want to say not in the I'm not on the degree I do anymore. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I don't want to die. And truth be told, while I do think of suicide, I don't want to die. All it is for me is simply not wanting that hurt. The hurt of living my entire life like that. Elementary, start to finish. So, I... I'm scared. I told my friends, you won't see me after the summer. Just because I'm scared. That, that wasn't insane. I'm definitely gonna kill myself. That's just me being uncertain. Making sure I won't do something drastic over the summer. While people outside of the circle I chose, spectators, onlookers, whatever you want to call them, they might think that, oh, he's just doing this because he lost Cecilia. And while part of the problem, it's not the problem. I loved her with all my heart, but everything I talked about was too much of a burden to carry. And I felt like the only way I could really stop it was ending my life. So I kept thinking about it, I kept planning it out, and I mean, I want to say I have a slightly fleshed out plan, but I really don't want to act out. I'm still scared. Even in middle school, early high school, when I thought of suicide, ending things, I always twisted scenarios to like where maybe in the outcome I would live to see the light of day. Because, like I said, I don't want to hurt. I don't want to die. I just want to stop hurting. Death feels like such an easy solution that I feel like I'd be an idiot to not take it. That's why it's weighed on my mind for so long. While yes, I felt like some people noticed, and that's not ever something I want to think about. Being told, hey, I would notice if you ended your life. It's not something I want to think about. It scares me to think that someone might care. Someone would notice if I was gone, to see that empty desk, to notice where has he been? Is he ever coming back? And if the news finally hit, how they would react. I, I, I wrote a whole thing down. I'm gonna pause, but hi guys. Sorry about this long wall of text, but you guys are genuinely most trusted people I have in my life. For the longest time, I've dealt with suicidal thoughts. From my days in elementary to now, I was oblivious to the fact that it was actually suicidal thoughts. It had always just sat in the back of my mind, but I never paid it too much mind. Until my sophomore year, when I felt like I really wanted it to all be over. My mental health really spiraled, and it got worse and worse. I never told anyone. I just wanted to be alone in the situation. I don't know why. Maybe I was just scared. I never really thought too deep about it until I realized it was such an easy way out. I thought people wouldn't notice if I had done it, but even then, I was still scared off from doing it. Sometimes I did map it out, but I think of it in ways where maybe somehow I end up alive. I don't want to die, I honestly just want to stop hurting. For the longest, I felt like a screw up with my family, friends, and school, like everything I was doing for nothing. Each and every event in my life, good or bad, I had always felt this little bit of void in me, where it could never be filled, no matter how many words I was told. I was never good at anything, even the things I put my heartfelt passion into. For some reason, I never felt fully supported doing the things I love. Maybe just because I thought people did it because they quote unquote had to, not because they wanted to. My grades are never going back up, but they are there. I sit at home and I feel like a slob, like I don't deserve anything. I used to. I guess I wrote this in the mindset of sophomore and this year. Forgot if I said this, but I honestly did start planning, thinking how and when I would write notes to the people I love most. Even if I put energy into the person and never felt really reciprocated, I love everyone with my heart. A lot of people outside the circle I choose typically think, oh, he'll do this just because he lost Cecilia. And while partially true, everything I stated was too much of a burden to carry, which is why I even bothered to plan anything out. Me saying you guys won't see me after summer is me being uncertain and ending my life. I worry I won't make it through summer without doing something drastic. And at the end, I talk about how I want to get therapy, and I talked to my mom about it. I talked to my mom, hey, I'm not really happy. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of how things went out in my life, but I haven't felt happy for the longest. And no, it's not related to her. And I'm sorry, I just don't know how to explain it. And I told her, my friend has a recommendation, but she works in hospitals. So it's not like she didn't have a recommendation for someone for me to see in the first place. So we looked in. Um, I hope we can talk about it again. Look into more options for me, and I can point towards more, I guess, suicide. I guess suicide um, professional therapist without being obvious because I I don't want to scare my mother. While she never told me she was proud of me once, she was still my biggest supporter, and I love her for that. Back to Cecilia. Um, she she said her mom also didn't like the fact that she didn't like the idea of us being a thing again, and it made me mad. And so it's not unreasonable. While yes, I don't want to argue with the point of her mother not liking me. Her mom never went out of her way to support her, not in the way that me or my family did. We cheered her on. We were there at every event she did. Her mom wouldn't even bother to go to a town parade just to see her on a float. Not one of her shows from freshman year to now, and I don't think her mom will ever show up. Every time she would bring up something to her mom. Can you please support me? Like I said, um, oh my God, give me a second. Like I said, her mom never went out of her way. And every time she complained to her mom, can you please support me? Show up for me for once, please. Every time she complained to her mom about something, she would always say, her mom would always say, I'm sorry for being such a bad mom. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the background noise. My dad is not shutting up. It might be selfish to say, but I don't think there'll be a single person who will ever be comfortable loving her in the way that I did. Learning those little quirks she had just for her. While yes, people love her, people adore her. She's so special and she doesn't even realize it, and that kills me. She doesn't realize how many eyes are actually on her, how many people adore her, how many people would do anything for her. And so I, I'm like, ah, I'm lost where I'm at. I just, what was I saying? I'm sorry. I blanked out. But yeah, she is a special girl. And I'd be damn. I don't care if she watches this. I don't care if she shows someone this. I will say that is the best girl I've ever had in my life. The only girl I've had in my life. Better than any friend. Better than any crush I've had. No matter what. Treated me better than any other person. And I stand by that. She messed up. She did. So many times. But beyond some point, I'm seeing genuine improvement from her. From myself. And so, I can never stop loving her. Never in my life will there ever be a girl special like her, lovable like her. And I just remembered where I was at. No one will love her like I loved her. No one will learn her special little quirks as much as I did. No one will get comfortable. No one will ever get that comfortable with her. And it makes me feel special. I put that love towards her. And I feel like it was worth it. She had this little sweet spot. Every time we hugged, after I pulled away from the hug, I would cup her cheek. I would then slide my hand to the back of her neck, and then up a bit, and then scratch. She would always tilt into it, and she would always make a little noise, a squeak or something. And it was the damn cutest thing. It was like a natural instinct for her to react like that, and I loved it. Whenever she was done with it, she got this little thing that we both called goosies, which were just goosebumps, and I was so happy with it. These days I spent with her, like I said, have been some of the best ones. It's been real, and I'm gonna call her a big fat liar if she said she didn't have feelings for me. Today I got inducted into the Thespian Society, and looking at her on that stage, she's as beautiful as she ever was. And no matter how selfish it is to say it, that's my beautiful girl. That's the girl I put so many years of my life into. Chasing her for damn near 5 years. Still gonna chase her now. But right now is not a time for us to be together. Or maybe it is. I don't know. I want her to look through me. See through me. See the fact that I'm not the person I was in my sophomore year. The fact that I have changed and I am doing stuff to get better. On a side note, like I said, I'm doing therapy. I'm going to try and do therapy. I've been eating less, but I haven't been feeling as full. But it feels natural. Don't worry, I don't have an eating disorder. It doesn't hurt or anything. It feels natural. Just yesterday I got full from half a chicken sandwich patty. It was a grilled patty from Whataburger. And today I ate like genuinely 6 or 7 weeks. So I don't know. I guess, yeah, especially after a run. I've been down to 1 meal a day, and that's like, whoa. How am I not eating more than this? It's shocking to me. I think I'm gonna have to fight my. I'm gonna have to fight my way back. After this video ends, most definitely. I've been walking back and forth, and I cannot talk for another 30 minutes. But I can honestly say, when I start therapy, if I start therapy after that first session, I probably do plan to make another video journal just to tell you guys how that went, just to get it out there. Yeah. So, um, you know, it's selfish, but I really hope this does reach to her, just so she can hear my actual thoughts. Because I mean, though I've said yes, I just want to do it, I've never really went into depth of how I was like struggling, and I guess it was just like an inability for me. So I guess I kind of want her to see that I am improving, and I don't know. Maybe something will come. Maybe something good will come out of this. But I hope that guy treats her so good, even if they don't last for long. I want him to treat her the best he can, or I'm gonna hurt him if he doesn't. Um, I care about her a lot, probably more than I should, but that's just the person I am. I care about her more than I have, more than I will any other person. Um, I feel like I'm going on about her, but I just love her too much. But Cecilia, you will always be the most special girl to me. Nothing will change that. You had every right to not trust me. And I am proud of you for making the decision you had to. I will never stop loving you. Not in the near future. Not in the middle of the future. Not in the far future. You will always have a special place in my heart. And I'm sorry if a lot of this sounded insensitive, but it's how I feel. And I really don't think that any person will amount to you how I did this when we first got together. Nothing will ever be as real as that. And for me, nothing will ever be as real as the week we had before it all ended. I love you so much. And you are the light of my life. You've inspired me to do a lot of great things. And I hope one day you can look at me in the future and say that you're proud of me, that we can have a conversation, do something about each other, whether or not it's good or bad. But I think that is where I'm going to end off this video. Whoever watched this, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. And I hope you have a great rest of your life. Thank you.